What's going on, YouTube? It's James Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got another tournament round 3 of CarnEvil. Now, CarnEvil round 3, I'm playing against Aaron. Now, Aaron, I believe he's from Indiana, but Aaron is bringing out an Orc and Goblin army. So, guys, it's green skins on green skins, and I'm going to give you a big spoiler right now. And I know if you guys watch my videos from way back when, you already know I'm going to say this, but Orcs and Goblins are going to win. Big spoiler. Orcs and Goblins winning this game. Just saying. Alright? So Orcs and Goblins versus Orcs and Goblins. This is going to be exciting. This is round 3. Now, to be honest, I am neck and neck between my brother, Justin Berge, and John Ailes, and I believe Aaron here. Everybody has a chance of taking that first place. You know, it really depends on how everybody's going. How is it, like, is Berge smoking his opponent? Is my brother smoking his opponent? So we're just gonna have to see what goes on here, guys. This is gonna be pretty intense right now. So let's go over what we have on the table here really quick, and I'm gonna have to. I didn't pull the pictures up, but you'll see them when I explain this. So I got my 22 cave goblins, or 21 cave goblins. I also have my Goblin Shaman with them. The Goblin Shaman is Goblin Joe. He has 2 little green god spells. My opponent only has an Orc Shaman, so I'm taking his Orc attribute, which is re-rolling 1s to wound. I have a giant block of 37 Feral Orc Ed Bashers with spears. Now, they do have the BSB with them. They have the Banner of Speed, and they have Mechanox Totem, which really doesn't play too big of a part in any of these games that I've been playing so far. Then I have the Goblin Wolf Riders, 5 Goblin Wolf Riders, just chaff. I have 6 Cave Trolls. They do have the MR resistance. They have the nice armor. They're a pretty good unit. They're a very decent unit, especially when I keep them in like 6. When I try to do 8 over at ETC, I felt like it was just too many, and they became a target. When they're 6, they're a little bit more exposable, or not exposable. Expendable, that's what I meant. I got my 2 Gargantula Spiders. I got the A-Rock, the Mother of Dragons, the Breaker of Chain, the usual tournament MVP. But she hasn't been doing so hot this tournament. Then I have the Chicken Rock. The Chicken Rock took a big chunk out of the General in the last game. Let's see if she could do, or he could do something in this game. I have, let's see. I have King Koopa. King Koopa is a 1-up, 4-up Goblin Lord. He's a fat bastard with poison and an obsidian blade. Then I have Goblin Baxter Joe right there. Goblin Baxter Joe is another Goblin Shaman. He has 3 spells and MR resistance. And then I have General Zod. Kneel before Zod. Now, my opponent, I don't have a picture of his army up front, so you're going to have to see it when I'm playing the game. For my magic spells, I got Stay Quiet, I got 2 Evil Eyes, I got Fix It Up, and I got Curse of the Green Moon. Now, if you guys saw the cover photo, you already know why I'm laughing about the green moon. But anyways, let's go over what happened in this game. Let's start off with the setup. Now, setup, we're playing flank attack, so I got this attacker, he got the defender, he takes up the middle. Now, he has on the far left, you could see it in this picture, on the far left, that is a Orc Warlord on a Wyvern. Even though it looks like a Carnosaur, that's a Wyvern. He has 2 bolt throwers. He has a giant freaking tar pit of 50 goblins with nets and spears, or nets and sword and board, and 3 fanatics. Then he has a block of trolls, 6 regular trolls. He has a block of iron orcs that are taking up, like, I think like 30 roughly, maybe. And then he has his general and his BSB and his level 2 shaman in that unit. Then he has another block of 50 cave goblins with sword and board, fanatics, and nets. He also has 5 Nasher Dashers that are hiding behind the building, and that's about it. Oh, he has 2 splatterers. Alright, so he takes up the center. He has that guy all the way on the far left. He started deploying. He just decided he's going to deploy everything up front. So when he first deployed, the first things he put out was like those bolt throwers on the hill. And I was like, well, if I could avoid just getting hit by a bolt thrower, that would be great. So I made sure that I was keeping my main units that are afraid of the bolt throwers, like Koopa and Zod and the spiders and the boar boys. They're all on the right side. They're all just chilling on the right side, like far away, 48, 49 inches away, so he's not going to be able to shoot me. He does have some rock lobbers that are scaring Zod a bit, but yeah, so I deploy like this. I deploy mostly center and then mostly in the flank. All the spiders are going to take the flank. The spiders could just run around. The one thing I have to worry about is how many fanatics this guy has. This guy has 6 fanatics just waiting to just throw him out there. So I have to come up with a conclusion to that, an answer to that. I did put my Wolf Riders on the left side over there, as you can see in this picture here, because what's this? What's this? Oh, that's work. Excuse me. Sorry. I had to put my Wolf Riders on the left because I figured either A, I was kind of torn. I wish I had another set of Wolf Riders because I wanted to use them as chaff for his Iron Orcs or his Trolls. That way it will give me a turn to just set up and charge in on my demands, basically. But doing this, I put the Wolf Riders on the left. I made an executive decision here to just go for those bolt throwers. I'm like, you know what? Either A, the Wolf Riders are going to chaff up his Wyvern Dude because Wyvern Dude is going to try to come up towards them and try to block me from charging them, or B, he's going to take. I'm going to be able to take out the War Machines. Okay. So vanguarding up, I go ahead and I vanguard up like this, and I don't even vanguard up much. I'm making sure I'm keeping out of his range. But I believe he takes first turn. He does. So it's going to go ahead and start off turn 1. Orcs and Goblins. Him. So he moves up. Everybody's moving up. He doesn't really have a shooting army. He does have War Machines, but he doesn't really have the shooting army. He does have a level 2 with 3 spells. He has Zap, the Foot of Gork, and Get 'em Lads. Magic Phase, he got 8 power dice, and he goes ahead and he does 5 dice onto the Foot of Gork. I stop it right away. I just throw all my dice to destroy that one. Then the other spell really didn't have range. Shooting phase. The first rock lobber is going to go ahead and shoot at the chicken rock, and it gets a direct hit. 3 wounds. Son of a bitch. Second rock lobber misfires, takes a wound, but shoot like normal next turn. And then the bolt throwers. Holy shit. He was having a hard time thinking about what is he going to shoot with the bolt throwers. He decided to shoot into my savages, and he killed 3 savages. What the fuck is that shit? I mean, like, I'm supposed to have a 5-0 board against shooting, and I couldn't get a ward save for the life of me. He was just piercing ranks. Oh, man. And, yeah, that's how it looks. It's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 1. My turn. Orcs and Goblins, or Shyhammer turn 1. Shyhammer turn 1. I run the wolves all the way out of the line of sight of his big Wyvern Dude. I'm like, you know what? If you want to turn him around, I'm going to run around him again. And if he wants to turn him around again, I'm making sure that his 300-point character or 350-point character is playing babysit against some 65-point dogs. So I wasn't too worried about it. I thought it was a good play. I go ahead and I move Koopa. I believe I moved Koopa. No, he's on this side of the building. He's on this side of the building. Both the spiders on this side of the building. The boar boys, everybody's on this side. And I'm just trying. Right now, I was trying to think, like, what do I do against his fanatics? I did move up, but I didn't move up too much. I do have a movement advantage against him because all his stuff is movement 4 except for the trolls, where a lot of my stuff is 6 and 7s. So I do have a movement advantage. If he moves closer, I'm going to be able to charge him, but then I have to worry about the fanatics. Magic Phase, he got 3 power dice, goes ahead and he does, or I do Evil Eye, he stops it. Shooting Phase, I'm going to shoot this web launcher on the A-Rock into his goblins. It drifts off, only clips 1, kills only 1 goblin. And that's all I did. That's it. It's going to start off his turn 2. Aaron, turn 2. So he goes ahead and he decides to leave the Wolf Riders alone. He realized what I was doing. He's moving everybody up, but again, he's trying to play it safe. He's afraid of making a mistake, is what it is. Magic Phase got 5 power dice, and he goes ahead and tries to do a big stomp again. I stop it. Then he tries to do a zap, and he just fails that roll outright. Shooting Phase, he decides to shoot the dogs this time, hoping for a panic check, but he only did 1 wound. Didn't cause a panic check. They're going to stick there, and those are going to be some dead War Machines in the next turn. It's going to go ahead and start off my turn because there was no close combat. Shyhammer, turn 2. Shyhammer, turn 2. I came up with this conclusion. I figured if anybody could take a hit from the freaking fanatics, it's the trolls. So the trolls are going to charge into the goblins on the left side. They were the closest one to them. I only need like a 6 on the dice to get them. I think it was like 13 inches away or something like that. I failed the charge, but he still stood stand and shot. And I failed it with double 1s too to top it off. So my guys just stumble forward barely an inch. He throws out the 3 fanatics. 2 of them fall in the way. One of them pops through the savages, kills only one savage on the way in. I'm going to go ahead and charge these Wolf Riders into the red Spear Chucker, and then they get in. And if you guys haven't noticed, those Spear Chuckers are made out of just shields and random like weapons. They're not it's nothing special to them. It's just literally like shields and axe parts. That is fucking awesome. I think it's such a cool Spear Chucker model. And then I decided the other guy who could take a hit from a Fanatic is Koopa. So I march Koopa all the way up to the flank of his freaking goblins, forcing him to release the Fanatics, forcing him to deal with this shit, right? And this gives me a little bit more of a like, alright, at least the Fanatics are out. Once they're out, they cause chaos on his end too. Not only my end, but his end too. So it'll make him want to think twice about charging. So basically this is how everybody else is moving. Magic Phase got 7 power dice. I go ahead and I do, what did I do? Oh, I do the Green Moon. I threw out 4 dice on it, and I was like, fuck it. I tried to do some other spells, but he stopped it, and I was like, I'm just going to do 4 dice on the Green Moon. He's like, go for it. And this is one thing that I was worried about. I was actually worried about, what am I going to do with these giant hordes? I mean, he has a giant block of 50 goblins. Like, how am I going to just mow through them? And when I threw out the Green Moon, I was actually hoping to kill his 2 Fanatics in front of me, but he stopped my Evil Eyes trying to kill them. So I go ahead and I do the Green Moon. It goes off. It goes through the Fanatics, through all 50 goblins, and through like 2 trolls. I go ahead and I go for the wound, and I get exactly half. I kill 25 goblins. The 2 Fanatics lived. I think I did only 1 wound onto a troll. I did. And that was just insane. He was like, holy shit. And I didn't miscast. Shooting Phase. I'm going to shoot this web launcher into the other unit of goblins here. It does 4 wounds, and that's it. Causes them DTs. But they don't really care because they don't march. And then over here, close combat, my dogs just beat the shit out of that Spear Chucker. They're going to charge into the next Spear Chucker like that. And it's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Aaron turn 2, or turn 3. There we go. He doesn't charge. He still moves his Wyvern in a better position because he realizes what I'm doing here. He's going to move around just a little bit, a little finagling. And then his Fanatics start moving around. His Fanatics, one goes closer to my Savages. One of them goes right in his way of his Iron Orcs. It does mess up my chance to charge the Iron Orcs. I was planning on charging the Iron Orcs, which it's like, it's kind of a little bit more iffy. Magic Phase got 5 power dice. So go ahead and he does zap onto my Cave Goblins, fails it, goes get him lads, and he fails that one as well. Shooting Phase, he has to release the Fanatic. He throws the first Fanatic through Koopa. He does like 2 hits, and neither one of them wound. And he's just like, oh, this guy, man. He's like, you know what, I'm not going to throw the rest into Koopa. That's a waste. I'm going to go ahead and throw them forward. So he throws 2 of them forward, hoping to chaff up my A-Rock, which is a smart play, by the way. And then close combat over here. Close combat over here. I just wipe the floor with the next Spear Chucker, and I overrun even further. And it's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins. Shyhammer turn 3. Shyhammer turn 3. The Goblins are just going to keep going and keep on trucking, going right into that freaking into that splatterer. And then I go ahead and I charge Koopa into the flank of his Goblins. I'm like, screw it. I do not charge the Savages in. It looks like I did, but I did not because I didn't want to get hit by a Fanatic or something like that. And the other thing is I didn't want my Savages just running that way, you know. So I was just like, you know what? It's better off if I just move right here. And I was looking at it, I was kind of sizing it up, like, what could I do with my Savages instead of charging it to the Goblins? Because the Goblins are going to be a pain in my ass regardless. I think I tried to charge them with the Trolls, they failed again, or, yeah, I think they failed again. Or I just didn't want to deal with all the Fanatics right now, because the Fanatics are kind of playing a screen. If you look in this picture, they're playing a screen on the right half of the board. Magic Phase got 10 power dice. I go ahead and I do an Evil Eye, try to kill some Fanatics, kill one. Go ahead and I do another Evil Eye. And I shoot it at the Trolls this time. I end up killing one of the Trolls, so I did 2 wounds. That's pretty awesome. Then here it goes, guys. 4 dice. The Green Moon. And I get fucking 4 6s. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm like, and he has like 6 dice in his hand, and he's like, I was going to try to stop it. I was like, I want you to stop it, but damn, I rolled 4 6s. He's like, I'm gonna try. He tried. He didn't. I think he got 1 6. Oh my god. So I go ahead and I do the green moon again. Green moon! Alright. It goes off. I'm right here by the goblins. This is how I figured I was going to take care of the goblins. But really, my whole target right now is the iron orcs. So I'm going towards the iron orcs. It goes through all the goblins, goes through the trolls, goes through the freaking iron orcs, stops about halfway through the iron orcs. So, man, and it stops like right there, roughly. So, it kills, let's see. Here's the iron orcs before the green moon and after the green moon. I killed about like 7 of them, I want to say. And then over here I killed about 15 goblins, cave goblins, and I did like a 1 wound onto the troll. Guys, I don't think that's the ambulance. I actually think that's a cop this time. Whatever. The miscast, it ends up killing off 4 of my savages and only does 1 wound onto my goblin shaman. Shooting phase is going to shoot the web launcher into the iron orcs. It drifts off into the cave goblins, kills off a couple of them. And then shooting phase with these guys, they're going to go and shoot at the trolls. They end up doing 2 wounds onto the trolls, or a wound onto the troll. Over here, Koopa ends up getting the charge, the flank, and he does 5 wounds onto these little bastards. They're going to go ahead and swing back. They cannot wound Koopa. They cannot wound Koopa at all. Which means Koopa wins. I got a charge, flank, 5 wounds. That's like 7. He has 3 ranks and a banner. So he is steadfast. Excuse me, he's going to stick there. But basically that's all Koopa was doing, was playing tar pit rules against tar pit. So he's going to stick there. He doesn't reform to face me, which I found odd. His main reason was because he just figured he was going to do what he's going to do next. Over here, close combat, I kill the freaking splatterer, and I overrun this way, and I miss it by 2 inches. Getting into the next one, it's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Aaron's turn 4. Aaron's turn 4. He's charging his squig hoppers into the rear of Koopa, and that's why he really wasn't worried about it. He was hoping to get in, just do a shit ton of damage with the squig hoppers. Squig hoppers are nasty. He's charging his iron orcs through the fanatic. He doesn't care if he's going to take more hits with the fanatic. He says he's doing a worse job just sitting on the other side of the table, so he's going to charge through the fanatic into the trolls. And I'm kind of bracing myself there, like, okay, here it comes, you know. I'm hoping he gets hit with like 12 on the fanatic. That's what I'm hoping. These guys get in, and holy shit, these guys got in. He called out the Wog, gave himself Swift Stride and +1 movement, got in like so, which is going to be crazy. If I could stick, though, I'm going to countercharge him with the Boar Boys and my General and the Chicken Rock. It's going to be glorious. Alright? That's an ambulance, guys. He had to take, I think, Dangerous Train. No, he lost 2 guys because the Fanatic, and that was it. He actually rolled double 1s on how many hits he took. That's crazy. Over here, this Fanatic went through the Chicken Rock, does a wound, I believe. This Fanatic popped through his own squigs, popped through Koopa. Koopa took it all like a champ, just shrugged it off, but he killed 4 of his squigs, and he's like, shit. Oh, that's awesome. And then over here, this guy just died on his own. Magic Phase, he got 10 powered ice. He goes ahead and he does zap onto my goblins. Does nothing. I think it killed a couple. No, I stopped it. Then he goes ahead and he does the Foot of Gork onto them. It drifts off. Doesn't drift off. He gets direct hit. He just destroys a chunk of goblins, basically. That's all he did, was kill like half my goblins or all my goblins. Puts the attribute onto these guys over here. He goes ahead and he does Get 'em, lads. And I try to stop this one, but I couldn't. And he goes ahead and he just, this is brutal. This one right here hurts me. And close combat. Close combat, he ends up doing a single wound onto Koopa. Koopa goes ahead and swings, kills off 4 regular guys, kills off the spider, kills off the extra 1. But I have a total of 5 wounds and a flank, so I'm at 6. He has 3 ranks, a banner, and a wound, which is at 6 as well. Let's see, 3 ranks, banner. No, it's 5. How did I mess this up? I messed this up somehow. He must have had like a war banner or something like that, because he couldn't get the charge. Anyways, I lost my musician, so he must have had like a war banner or something like that. But I lose. I roll the dice. I fail. Koopa runs away. He chases, and Koopa gets away. Over here, close combat. Whoo! He fucks up my trolls. He did 10 wounds onto the trolls. Trolls go back. They only do 5 wounds onto the black orcs. I am losing combat. Trolls are going to run. They run this way. Run through the goblins. Goblins stick. He overruns, and he charges right into the goblins, which sucks. If he would have fell short, I would have been able to hit him with the A-Rock and maybe my general, but no, he got in like a champ into my goblins. That sucks. It's going to start off my turn. Shyhammer turn 4. Shyhammer turn 4. Charge into the last war machine. These guys have been on fire. These guys are doing great. They're doing their job. I haven't even lost another dog. They've been fighting like full speed. The dog's been killing. Not even the goblins. The dogs. Over here, I'm like, you know what? The A-Rock's in the way. I have to charge the A-Rock into his... I charged the A-Rock into the flank of his goblins. I gotta put that down. Holy shit. I didn't even add all that up. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. Let's see. There's about, like, say, roughly 30 bodies left. $230 points. That's crazy. Sorry. I have to add this in. I just realized what the picture was. That changes things. Fifth place and then sixth place. Sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Actually, puts her at fourth place. You didn't hear me just mumble that. You'll see it later. So the A-Rock charges into the goblins. They fail their terror check. They run off the table. Then the A-Rock redirects towards his freaking wyvern dude, but it's just going to fail. And Koopa rallies. My savages still don't charge in. I actually turned this way so I can kind of face off the trolls, but at the same time, if he wants to flank me with his 5 goblins that are in that unit, by all means, go ahead. I turned the boar boys, I actually reform them to face the action. And as you can see, I moved the Chicken Rock and Zod to face the middle of the table right now because I realize his black orcs are doing work. I realize that I really don't have much I can do until the turn I can charge him, which won't be for next turn or two. Magic phase. I got 7 dice. I go ahead and I do stay quiet onto my goblins. It goes off, but it doesn't really help me much. I go ahead and I throw a couple more dice. I throw 4 dice onto another green fucking moon, and it goes off again. The green moon! What is that, number 3? I think that's number 3 already. Holy shit, it goes off. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm going to take it like a man. I'm going to throw it through his black orcs, through my boar boys, right? So I pop it out. I do exactly like I said, and it goes through everything like so, and it doesn't kill a single boar boy. Not a single boar boy. Kills off 5 black orcs. That's awesome. 6 black orcs. No, 5. 5 black orcs. Going to start off close combat. Goblins kill off 1 black orc. The black orcs go and they kill off like a shit ton of goblins. Like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. He's going to win combat. I am not steadfast. I am going to run. He's going to chase. He's going to overrun into my... Nope, he fails overrunning into my trolls. I was slightly crooked, so I run at an angle like so, center to center, and it's going to start off his turn, which is going to be pretty bad because if he does hit, he has to overrun pretty far to get out of my line of sight of my guys. Over here, the goblins just fuck up the last war machine. They are fucking awesome. They did a great job this game. They have racked up a total of 270 points this game, and that's awesome. So to start off his turn, Aaron turn 5. He's going to charge. He actually had a stupidity check of 4, and he rolled like snake eyes. We thought his trolls were just going to be stupid for the rest of the game because his general's all the way on the other side of the table right now. But, what do I got going on here? Okay. But, he's going to charge into my savages. He's like, I have nothing else I can do. I'm going to have to take it like a champ. I don't care if I run into my own fanatic. He's going to charge his guys into the flank of the savages, which I'm like, whatever. And he gets in with both, of course. The fanatic ends up killing off 1 of his trolls. This guy decides to charge into the A-Rock, that we knew that was going to happen. And then Magic Phase. Magic Phase, he got 8 power dice. He goes ahead and he does get them lads onto these guys again. And then close combat. Close combat, I end up killing off 4 of his black orcs. He probably, I don't think he did much, actually. I really don't think he did too much in wounds. He has a charge, 2 banners, a couple wounds maybe. I don't remember what he did. But, oh, no, he ends up, because he did great weapons. That's why. But he ends up killing off 2 of my trolls. So he did a lot more wounds. I lose combat. I'm going to run. And he chases, but he doesn't get far away from the table edge, and I should be able to see him. Over here, close combat, my savages kill off 4 of his guys on the side here, and then they end up killing off 1 troll. He goes ahead and he swings, and he does only like 3 wounds. I win combat, but he sticks. His trolls, honestly, his trolls were not. I'm not kidding. His trolls, like after we did combat res, I got 2 banners, I got 3 ranks, I did X amount of wounds. He has a charge, he has a flank, he has a big flank, he has a banner, he did X amount of wounds. After we did all that, he needed double 1s to stick with his trolls, and he rolled double 1s. We were like, what the fuck are the odds of that? Because his general is just in range where it actually mattered, and we were like, I was so certain I was going to chase those trolls down with the savages right now. I was so certain. I was just like, wow, that just happened. Close combat over here. He just racks up 5 wounds onto the A-Rock. The A-Rock is stubborn, though, and she's not going to go anywhere. That Wyvern Lord's going to sit there. I did make a mistake where I didn't face Koopa to the rear of the where the Wyvern Lord would be, so Koopa cannot charge him, and that really did mess me up this turn, or else I would have hunted his ass down. And then over here, like I said, oh, actually, we went another round of combat. That's what happened. I actually think I won the first round of combat, or how did that go? I don't know what happened. Something happened over here. What did why did I do all that? Let's see. He charged in. I'm looking back here. We did that. Get 'em lad. Oh, I'm sorry. The Get 'em lads was actually a miscast, and it blew up his Black Orc. So he had less Black Orcs, and he sucked in his wizard into the warp or some shit like that. That's what happened. So when we went to close combat, like I said, close combat, his guys swing. I end up killing off I kill off 2 more guys out of the unit, but he has a champ left. Champ, BSB, and his general left. They kill off 2 of the trolls, do another wound. I lose combat. I run. And he chases, but he is on the table. He needed 1 more inch to get off the table. But guess what? I see him with both my spider and my boar boys, and it's going to start off Shyhammer turn 5, Shyhammer turn 5. Here it goes, charging in both. The chicken rock barely fit in that crack. Barely fit in that crack between the fleeing goblins. And actually, I could just charge the boar boys in first. It didn't matter. So that's how we did it. Charge the boar boys in, charge the chicken rock in. They get in like so. Goblins keep running like assholes. And this is how the table looks right now. I move Zod out of the way if he does overrun with his giant wyvern dude. So Zod could get a counter charge maybe. Magic Phase got 3 power dice. Ugh. Go ahead and I do fix it up. He stops it. This guy over here, the A-Rock does 2 wounds onto his guy. He fails to hit. He whiffs. I mean, he whiffs big time. A-Rock actually wins combat. All he has is a flank, and I have 2 wounds. So he loses. He runs. He runs through Koopa this way. Takes some DTs because he had to run through Koopa's fat ass. The A-Rock chases, but he gets away. And over here, close combat, I just wipe out the rest of the trolls down to the man. Over here, oh shit. His general goes. And first off, he's touching Mikanok's totem. So Mikanok's totem's turning off his crystal ball, which is giving him lightning reflexes, turning off his ward saves, turning off all his banner effects. Okay, the A-Rock goes and eats his last champ and his BSB. His BSB had like Mithril Mail and a ward save, didn't matter, took him out. Then my boar boys go, and my boar boys do 2 wounds onto his general. Strength 7 on the charge. He goes ahead and swings. He kills 4 of them. I have a charge, a big rear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. Okay, and a banner. So I'm at 10. He ended up racking up like 3 wounds onto the chicken rock and 4 wounds to my guys. He's down by 3. His general runs. I chase him off the table. Holy shit, the boar boys pulled through. Who would have fucking known? Who would have fucking known? The secondary objective, I believe, was banners, which I took all his banners off the table, so I believe I win that as well. It was an 18-2 victory for me. Come on, Chella, you're always calling me when I'm doing my videos. it was a fun game. It was a blast with this opponent. It was actually kind of cool to see a different army set up with the orcs and goblins, because I'm so used to seeing mine that it's fun to see somebody else playing ONG. Let's go over what my guys have done total, and I'll also tell you who my tournament, or not my, I'll tell you who my MVP for this round is, as well as my tournament MVP. As you guys could hear me say earlier, I was kind of just going through the points, trying to figure out who's in what place. And dead last is actually my Wolf Riders. Now, my Wolf Riders did great this game. They got 270 points, but they got a total of 282 points for the whole tournament. I mean, they're chaff. They're supposed to be chaff, which is just hilarious. My 8th place, which is actually dead last place besides the Wolf Riders, actually goes to Zod. Zod only got 360 points. First round, he only killed 40 points of shit, and then the third round, he didn't kill shit. He literally sat in the middle. My brother walked by the game at the end of round 3, and I was like, you know, Zod just sat in the middle, just making sure we had a bubble. He did not even risk being in danger, which is pretty funny. Kind of a waste of Zod, but it's okay. It's okay. He didn't die any game, which is awesome, and he was a target on every game, which was pretty cool, that he lived everyone. So that's okay. Next up is the Goblins. Now the Goblins actually did 512 points, only 40 points this game, but 512 points. They actually did pretty good for their point value, which I'm not going to knock them for that. Actually, I think this is more like 8th place. I might be off by a number. So next up, I got to see if this is in order. Oh no, we have a tie. We have a tie. Double 6th place, or 7th and 6th place, is actually the Cave Trolls, which I'm going to give the Cave Trolls this place. I think this is 7th place. The numbers are out of order here. The Cave Trolls got 629 points, which they did okay. They did actually pretty decent for, again, their point cost is about 288, so they pulled in double their point cost in 2 games. 1 game they didn't do shit. And that's basically what they did, was 1 game they just didn't do shit, which is okay. But the big shocker here, and this is my round 3 MVP right now, is freaking Goblin Joe and Goblin Baxter Joe. They got 405 points this round alone in 3 green moons. You should have seen his face every time it was Magic Phase. He was like, how much is that green moon? How much is it to cast the green moon? He was so worried about the green moon hitting him, and I don't blame him at all. That thing fucked up his army. It fucked up his army. Holy shit. They got 629 points. The Trolls got 629 points. The reason I'm giving it to the Joe and Baxter Joe is because Joe and Baxter Joe cost a lot less than the Trolls. And not only that, but they were able to do other spells to help boost the usefulness of other units. Next up would be King Koopa. King Koopa is taking up 5th place or 6th place or 4th place, whatever. You'll see it on the screen, damn it. But King Koopa got 749 points, only 105 points this round. I did not utilize him correctly towards the second half of this game. I could have had him kill off that Wyvern Lord, and it would have been huge, but it didn't happen. And then next up is the A-Rock. The A-Rock took 751 points, beating King Koopa by 2 points. 2. Which, this is why I had to switch out the numbers earlier, because I didn't realize that the A-Rock chased off half the unit off the table, which I had to add that in there. Next up would be the Savages. Savages took 925 points total, 243 in this round. Savages did a good job. They were pretty solid every game. Every game they took a good chunk of points. And they did die in the first round, but the first round was actually against a really good player. Second place, which is actually a holy shit second place, was the Boarpocalypse boys. The Boarpocalypse boys, 6 of those fuckers with Micanox Totem took a total of 1,424 points. That is fucking nuts. They actually have pulled their weight more than I've ever seen. I mean, they got rear charges, they got flank charges, they got freaking boss charges. They killed 2 generals. 2 generals! 2! In 2 rounds. That is crazy, and I just think that I do think it's practice with them. I think I'm getting better with using them at for their reforms and just charging in or holding them back. I don't think that they're as vulnerable as when I first started playing with them. I've been using them a little bit more reserved, and I think when they come in the later round, Strength 7 on the charge really messes people up. So I'm actually really impressed, and I'm really happy with their performance at this tournament. The tournament MVP, if you haven't guessed it already, it's the Chicken Rock. The Chicken Rock fucked up the Demon Army and fucked up the Orc Army. The Chicken Rock killed the remaining Black Orcs, killed the BSB, killed the General, killed a freaking Weaver of Change, killed some Juggernauts, killed some freaking Slaneshi Claw Fiends. The Chicken Rock was just on fire, just eating units, ordnance hitting them, poisoning them, and just killing them all. The Chicken Rock is taking the tournament MVP, beat the A-Rock for once, beat his little sister, or his older sister actually, and the Chicken Rock is finally taking the top spot for tournament MVP. Guys, I had a blast. My brother comes up to me. He's like, I 20-0'd my opponent, and so we're like wondering how the scores are looking. I asked early on about like how's Justin Berge's game going against John Ailes, and somebody was like, oh, it's pretty tight. But by the time they finished, Berge actually ended up beating Ailes. So it's like literally a 4-point difference between me, my brother, and Berge, and it's like, holy shit, we all have a chance for first place. So they add into the sportsmanship scores, and when we got outside, everybody's outside there. You know, Gary Luther's running this event. Gary Luther's a great guy, funny as hell guy. But Gary Luther's like, guys, there was actually a tie for first place. And he goes, and I'm thinking like it's my brother and Berge. I'm like, yeah, they got it. And I'm like, I'm so happy for my brother that he's up there and tied in first place, right? And he goes, and it's between the Silva brothers. And I was like, oh shit, it's between me and my brother. So he goes, so we have to, the tiebreaker goes down to sportsmanship, and it goes to James Silva. I was on Skype yesterday. With Jeremy Gottschalk and Max Lapora, and and I was talking about, they were like, what? You won sportsmanship over your brother? I was like, I'm shocked about that too, because if you meet my brother, he's like the mellowest and nicest guy ever. Oh, man. So, yeah, so I was actually pretty shocked. I took first place at CarnEvil. I got myself a gift card to get something there, but they didn't have any Warhammer products there, so I decided to wait till next time we go out that way, and we're just going to go ahead and pick something up then. My brother won second place. Jeremy Schweitzer actually won Best Sportsmanship. My second opponent won Best Sportsman. Yeah, that was a fun game, guys. That was a fun tournament. I can't wait to go ahead and go back. It's going to be a fun time when we go back. Besides that, guys, I hope you enjoyed these. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I enjoy making them. Hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and make, I have a Patreon. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the link. I forgot to give you the link on the last video. So if you guys feel like supporting my channel, that would be an awesome way to show your support. Help me start my Patreon now. This will help me pay for Team Mexico and Spain next year, which I have to start the funds now because it's going to cost me a little bit more than it cost me in Greece because of the extra stuff, especially if my brother and I are co-captaining the team. You know, we want to make sure that we have everything we need for the team. So guys, if you are interested in joining Team Mexico, you could go ahead and apply. Go on the 9th Age forums, go under tournament ETC. You'll see applications for Team Mexico. Go on there, leave me a message there, leave me a private message, leave me a message on Facebook, leave me a message anywhere. Tell me who you are, what army do you have, and we're looking for some Mexicans. Actually, we need at least one Mexican to give us the final qualifier to be Team Mexico. We have 3 Mexicans with dual citizenship. We need one more either with dual citizenship or passport to Mexico, and that would work perfectly. So if you guys have a good army and you're a decent player and you want to go to Spain, ETC next year, we're looking for one more Mexican. But if you guys want to apply and you're not Mexican, go ahead and apply, because we're probably going to have an extra slot or two with people that we're looking for. So we'll see how this goes. Guys, send me a message, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Patreon, like, share, subscribe. Chicken Rock is awesome. I love you guys. Take care. Peace. So guys, I forgot to mention, I'm coming back onto this really quick. I forgot to mention that in this picture right here, what you're looking at is we all went to go out to eat for dinner afterwards, and we were talking about how, you know, how our games went, and we were talking about a bunch of stuff. We were talking about ETC even. We were talking about a lot of stuff. In this picture, you can see that's Jeremy Schweitzer, Justin Berge, John Cash, and John Ailes. I forgot his first name. It's Ailes. I just know it's Ailes. Out of the picture, you can't see Gary Luther. Who else was there? It was Gary Luther, Aaron, and there was obviously my brother, myself, Dan Pruitt. There was a couple other guys to the right of me. I'm drawing a blank right now because they're not in the picture. But we were all having a good time. We're talking about the games and everything like that. And then in this picture, they had one of the guys from the bar come out and give a birthday cake. And as you can see, that birthday cake is sitting right in front of me, and they wish me a happy birthday. My birthday's not even in September. It was a prank that John Cash pulled on me, where he basically got me to get a birthday cake. So I thought that was hilarious. My brother was dying laughing. It was such a good time. So I figured I would leave you guys on this picture right here. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace.